our guys had a good practice today. We're getting ready for Washington, watching them on film. I definitely believe they're better than they were when we played them last year. They're like, what do you mean by that? Well, the quarterback's throwing the ball better. He was a little banged up going into our game last year, I thought, watching as the season went along. He's throwing it really well. Of course, Pettis is a weapon and a half. And defensively, they lost some guys in the secondary, but they're 99 and 50 are so powerful inside, and with 36 back at linebacker, they look really well. And I like Rapp, the safety 21. He's all over the place. So they're an excellent football team. Gaskin can really run it. Their tight ends are blocking well. So I've been impressed with how they're clicking and what they're doing in every phase. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Coach, do you want to use last year's title game as motivation for the guys, or are you more of a it's a new season, new challenge kind of approach?
This is definitely a new team, but I'm pretty sure the kids that played in the game last year definitely have to be thinking about that. If they didn't, they're not really competitors, so I'm pretty sure they're thinking about it. But all the new guys playing in it, they have no recollection of that. I would definitely think that our guys that played in the game would like to play a lot better than we played last year when we played them.
Almost to a man, the players I've spoken to have said the gap between Washington and Colorado in last year's championship game was physicality. I don't know if you agree with that. If you do, though, do you see signs that your team is a more physical team and might be able to stand up better?
It's the first half when it was 14-7. Could have had a play go either way there. We got behind right at the beginning of the third quarter, and then basically from about 10 minutes to go in the third quarter to the end of the game, they just ran the ball down our throat. And then they kind of feasted on us when we got down knowing we were going to have to throw it. And so they pretty much dominated us, to me, the last 25 minutes of that game. But the first 35 minutes, I thought we were pretty much toe-to-toe with them.
There's a lot of controversy with some of those targeting calls that get made. As a coach, is that line clear in terms of what's acceptable? Are there any changes you think they could make that a little bit more clear going forward?
No, I think the line is clear. I mean, they review it, they look at it. The thing that I like about it, when they first put the rule in, number one, I like the rule because I think it protects everybody and it's a good rule. I did not like the way we implemented it when we first put it in, that the ruling on the field always stands, because so many of them are bang-bang plays, okay, and the ooh and the ah of the crowd. When they go and review it now, and they look at it from all different angles, and they come back and say, hey, it was targeting, or no, it wasn't targeting. Because the other day we had two that were targeting, and we had one they called, and they came back and said it wasn't targeting. So I think that is a good way to do it. We've got to just teach our guys a better job. They've got to understand, how to hit the guys lower and that type of thing. It's a fine line. It's hard, especially when you're going after a quarterback or you're going after a receiver. And what I mean by that is, if the ball's coming in the air and you see it coming and you're going up to try to get it, you're up in that area. And then if he catches it, you hit in that area. So the thing that they're looking for is sometimes those plays, they go and you're going for the ball, they know that you're not trying to hit them. What they want to see is when he's catching it and then all of a sudden you're launching and hitting him. On the quarterback, it's tough too, because a lot of times you're trying to get there and get him as he's passing and try to get in the hands, and then you hit him. But when he lets it go, you've got to hit him down in here. And we've got to do a better job of coaching our guys on that.
Mike, you sit here now, you're 3-0. The scoreboard indicates that it's been a pretty impressive 3-0 start, but I think there's a narrative out there. Some people think maybe it hasn't been good enough, especially considering that Washington's coming to town.
Right.
So have the expectations gotten out of whack a little bit, or are people right and your performance so far hasn't been good?
No, I think that it's great that we have high expectations. My wife was teasing me about that the other day. She got home and I was like, we got to do this, we got to do that. She said a few years ago, we'd just be happy we won. And so I think that's a great thing for our program. I think that shows you that we're at a different level. As far as the expectations. And when you set expectations and you're trying to reach those expectations, you as an individual, you as a program, you as a company, you as a team, whatever, you push yourself to get there. You're not settled. And I think that's definitely a good thing, and there's no doubt about it. And I think on the other side of it, some people thought of us coming out that we would probably be 1-2 right now. A lot of people didn't think we'd even beat CSU. That was what everybody was talking about. and now we're 3-0, and then did we beat them bad enough? Did we do this? To me, that's a good thing. To me, everybody's talking different about us. There might be a negative thought or a negative vibe. Well, they can't do this. They're not ready for this. But I think I'm glad that we're not celebrating and having parades in the street that we're 3-0. That we want to do something better than that. And so hopefully we can, and that's what we plan on trying to do, just like everybody else in the Pac-12 does. But I'd rather be 3-0 than 0-3, so that's good too.
Isaiah, what is this game about for you guys? Is it about revenge? Is it about an opportunity to prove something? How do you guys view this game?
I mean, we wouldn't say it's about revenge. I mean, it's something that we want to prove to ourselves that we're capable of playing in the Pac-12, and we're capable of playing for a Pac-12 championship, and that starts this Saturday. Opening up Pac-12 play, we know that we have to take our game to the next level. So, I mean, we're not really looking at it as a big game against Washington. We're just looking at it as a big game in the Pac-12 as a whole. And it wouldn't really matter who we were playing. Just opening up Pac-12 play is a big deal for us.
What was the gap between you and Washington last year? When you guys played them in the Pac-12 championship game, it was a dominant performance by them. When you think back of the game or you watch film of it, where did the gap lie between the Buffs and the Huskies last year?
I would say the biggest gap was just physicality. Physicality from all phases of the game, all positions as well. They just came out more physical than us. We knew what they wanted to do. We knew they wanted to run the ball, and they were able to. And they were able to stop our run game. So that's kind of what hurt us the most, I would say. It's just they were a lot more physical.
Phil, are you a guy that uses that game last year as motivation, or are you more of a, hey, it's a new season, new challenge kind of guy?
I mean, we always have it in the back of our head because we felt like we got embarrassed out there. But at the end of the day, our goal is to be Pac-12 champions, and we know that they're in our way for us to achieve that goal right now.
Phil, I know you guys get ready for every game.
Yeah.
They're the same. But is there something different about playing a Pac-12 game and playing at home, playing at night, national TV, all that together? Is there something different about that than playing noon against Texas State or UNC?
Oh, definitely. It definitely is. Now we're in Pac-12 play. You know you need these games in order to get to your goal now. It's closer to where you want to go, and that's for us, it's the Pac-12 championship game. It's a night game. It's going to be, exciting in Folsom Field. It's going to be real, crazy. Fans are going to be, loud. So it's going to be a great feeling. You're going to be able to see the Folsom Magic play out, at 8 o'clock. It's a later game, but we're going to be ready for it. Last year we had a lot of late games, and this year, we're expecting to have a lot more late games.